And we're going to see how we react to that.
Looks like the intensity is there as they come out.
We're wearing the orange tonight. They're in trouble. We got our orange on. We have our orange on, and it doesn't matter that the bus broke down and somebody had to stop and pick up the kids and shuttle them back and forth here by cars until we got everybody here.
Didn't know that.
We wait. Cheerleading bus came by and picked up the coach, and somebody else picked up a couple of the managers and the equipment, so we made it all here finally. That doesn't matter. We've got the orange on tonight. It's brought us a lot of luck, and we're looking forward to getting out there and getting after it in just a few seconds. Three-man officiating crew on the tournament the rest of the way out. It will be Jim Padberg, John Salee, and Scott Jones on this particular endeavor. This is the first semifinal game. Coming up will be Paducah Tillman and Centralia. Centralia playing probably its best game of the season last night, according to many of the astute Centralia followers.
They usually play their best games in this tournament, not a surprise.
Paducah Tillman, well, they had to get a little cardio therapy last night. They were jump-started back to a one-point victory over Chicago Carver. A shot late in the ball game lifted Coach Bill Chumler to his 600th win of the season. We're going to have the national anthem here at Trout. When we come back, we'll be ready for the opening tip-off. We'll see you in 2 minutes.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Going to be here, and they'll always take care of things. You know, when you sit down to buy a horse or to deal with the guy, you're not really buying a
John Salee.
Australia Holiday Tournament.
Gamber, Naki, Wilson, Morgan, and Williams on the court for the Rams. Richards, Turner, Jackson, Young, and Kemp for the Knights. The Knights in their home white uniforms with dark green lettering and trim on the sides. Mount Vernon headed to the south end of Trout. Here to our left, the open balcony area. Richwoods to our right toward the lobby, the enclosed area of the gymnasium. Tap is controlled by the Knights. This is Richard with the ball. Jeff Richard in the front court, and the Rams in man defense quickly. Johnny Young with the ball on top to Turner. Richard from three, in and out, no good. Williams with the rebound. Naki bringing it up against Jeff Richard. Comes to the right side. Right down the lane he goes. Dishes back out. We're going to have a offensive foul.
John Naki took the ball to the hole, and fortunately not able to get rid of it before he plowed into one of the Richwoods players.
I'm not concerned as much about the fact that he called the offensive foul. I'm concerned on the fact that he said it was against red. Richards out on the left side to Kemp. Back on top to Young. Over to Richards. Right side arc. Top of the key to Turner. Back to Richards. Here comes Young around the top. Gets the pass. Returns it to Jeff Richard. Peoria very patient right now on offense, especially since they were yelled at for firing up the shot so quickly first time down the floor. Right side is Young. On top to Turner. Turner with the right-hand dribble. They spread out the offense. Now we'll start the cut through. Kemp on top. Richards. Left side to Jackson. Jackson brings it out front. Rams picking up sticky D. Here comes Jackson working against Wilson on the top of the key. Back to Jeff Richard. Richard met by Naki at the top of the circle. Richard backs out, goes left side to Kemp. Kemp leaning in on Gamber, starts baseline, now dishes underneath to Young. Ball knocked away, and John Naki comes away with the loose ball. Naki bringing it back to Morgan on the left side. Morgan pulls up inside the arc and lets it fly and buries it. The Rams take a 2-0 lead at 6:20.
Richwoods evidently intending to slow it down.
Richard top of the key with the ball. Right side, Young. On top, Turner. Turner beyond the arc now as he backs up, throws across the lane to Jeff Richard. Out on the wing to Young. Young on top. Turner fires a three-pointer off the iron. No good. Gamber fights for the rebound and hauls it in. Gives to John Naki. Here come the Rams back the other way. Williams out on the right side. Nice move to the hole out on the baseline. Now goes by his man. Dishes underneath the Gamber for the assist. Count the basket and the foul. And Williams with an awesome assist.
I believe the intensity level is where it needs to be. Kent Williams
like
really
those
enjoying
orange
that.
uniforms.
You know, it's kind of loud in here. I can't tell when you're talking.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Gamber at the line. Shot is good. Rams up 5-0 here in the early going.
Much better start than yesterday. Timeout.
20-second timeout. We'll be right back with more from the holiday tournament.
WRXX.
Bob Durling taking a timeout to get his troops calmed down. And a coach told me one time, when you're in a big game, get a timeout early in the first few minutes of the game, get your troops relaxed, and they'll come back out. Let's see what happens. Jeff Richard out on the three-point arc. Got away with a little slide there on the left side to Kemp. Back on top, Turner. Right side, Richard. Richard to Kemp out at the top of the circle. Here's Young at the free throw line. Right side, Jeff Richard with the ball. Back on top, Turner. Peoria moving the ball. This is Jackson on the baseline, double team. They hit Young inside, ball knocked loose. Young recovers, loose again, and we got a foul call. And I think it'll be on Kent.
Well, Peoria Richwoods fighting just to get a good look at the basket. They have not had a clear shot as yet. We're 3 minutes into the game.
Scott Gamber and Williams both going after the ball. Scott picks up the grab. Into the lineup is Brad Stotler.
Johnny Young will take a break. A senior in for a sophomore.
Inbound is good. I believe it was Jackson on the tip. Turner, okay.
One of their sophomores. He's a great player.
I glanced away and missed the lob pass. Morgan with the ball. Gives it on top to Gamber. On the left side, Williams' shot will not count as Kemp ran through James Wilson on the foul. James setting the pick for Kent outside. He draws the first foul on the big guy, Ben Kemp. Morgan will toss in. Does so to John Naki on top. Man defense by the Knights. Williams with the ball. Starts in the lane. Gets triple team. Has it knocked out of his hands. Stops. Dishes in the corner to Morgan. Morgan on the move. Puts up a running jump shot. And he buries another one. And Chris Morgan is on fire.
He is having a fine tournament, especially since the second half yesterday.
He had 2 points in the first game. Terribly disappointed in his performance. And he's coming back with a vengeance. Richards in the corner with the ball for Peoria. On top, Turner from behind the pick for three. Air ball. Hit the bottom of the net, and we'll see Steve Strickland in off the bench for Mount Vernon. 7-2, Rams on top, 4:21 here in the first quarter. A busy day of basketball here. Naki bringing it across the center line for the Rams. Gives it in the corner to Williams. His jumper out of the corner finds the bottom of the hole. 9-2, Rams on top. Richard bringing it back for the Knights. Left side. The long distance shot in and out, no good, and Naki comes away with the loose ball. on the missed shot by Stotler. Nocky brings it up the right side, starts into the lane. He's fouled by Jeff Richards. I like the way the kids are looking here in the outset.
Yeah, a lot of confidence out there.
Well, you know, I think they look more relaxed, Dave.
Yeah.
In it comes to Williams. 3:50 to go. Morgan on the right side. Stotler with a little pressure. Morgan picks up the dribble, bounce pass to Nocky. Nocky fighting off Jeff Richards. Left side, Williams open for the three. In and out, no good. Gamber had it, lost it, got it back. Got his legs crossed, goes out to Nocky for the three. In and out. Strickland with the tip up, no good. Rebound comes off to Jackson. Rams had a couple of good opportunities, failed to come away with anything. Richards out on the arc right side, gives it to Stotler. He launches the three again, off the iron, no good. Rebound, Gamber. Out to Nocky. John brings it up left side. He wants Strickland to post up top. Right side, he goes to Morgan. Morgan starts in, and he's fouled by Turner. Turner cutting inside him on the double team, going for the steal, and made contact, and the Rams will have the ball out of bounds. Third team foul on Peoria. Kyle McClure checking in for Mount Vernon. Steve Wood checking in for Peoria. Kyle will toss in. Got Williams open in the corner. He drives baseline. Nice move to the hole. Great fake. Puts it on the glass and scores as he's knocked down. We'll take the basket. 3:05. This is Woods working against Nocky. Woods left-hand dribble over to Stotler. Stotler into Jackson. Jackson travels. 11-2. Peoria looks a little panicky.
Yep, they hadn't shown this.
This is the kid I like right here.
Yeah, he's a player.
He's a good ball player. Ben Silver coming into the lineup, 6'5",
a good
junior.
A good 215, 220 at least.
James Wilson will give Scott Gamber a breather here. Lots of Ram fans here, but there are seats available. Unless everybody's out in the lobby waiting to get in. Nocky gives it to Williams. Williams on the right side perimeter has it stolen away. And then Kemp ahead to Turner on the layup. Scores. Not a very good pass there. Kyle didn't protect the ball. And it was picked off by Stotler. Nocky on top. Going to the right side, finds Williams behind the screen. His jumper off the iron, no good. Rebound comes off to Steve Wood. Wood back the other way. Left side, Kemp. Kemp on top, Turner. Turner with the shot fake out to Stotler. Bounce pass inside to Silver. They collapse on him. His turnaround jumper is good, and he's fouled by Wilson. 11-6 with 2:07 to go. Rams lead is 5. 9 has been the most they've enjoyed. Strickland comes out. Gamber back into the game. He and Wilson get straight on who their coverage responsibility will be. Silver at the line for the back half of the old-fashioned three. Short. Rebound. Fought for. Wilson has it for Mount Vernon. He'll give it ahead to Williams on the right side. Nobody picks him up. Now they do. Kemp picks him up near the arc. He bounce passes a beautiful pass to Gamber, who is hammered by Kemp as he goes up for the layup, and Scott will go to the line for the Smith-Barney.
Gamber set the pick and rolled down low. Williams faked the shot. Nice little bounce pass down to him.
Excellent opportunity for an assist there for Kent Williams. The defense breaking that up, though.
Gamber will have to earn it.
Now, does he get an assist if he makes these free throws?
Well,
that's something that should be looked into.
Yeah, not technically, but
you know what I mean?
Point.
You take away a sure basket, or probable basket, take away the opportunity for a score. Williams comes out for a breather as Morgan checks back in. Kemp comes out with his second personal. Gamber's second free throw also good, and it's a 13-6 game for the Rams. They're up 7.
Five early points for Scott.
This is Woods working back toward the center of the court with Nocky all over him. Into the paint he goes. They back off. Now they pick up. Stotler underneath Silver. Silver fouled. You got your pick on this one, Gamber or Wilson, either one.
Silver does a good job of getting open down low.
One official's calling it on one Ram and the other's on the other. We'll see who got the toot in first, I guess. It will be on Scott Gamber.
And I believe it should belong to.
2 shots and his second foul. I think the other official was going to call the block on Wilson prior to the shot.
Strick and Williams will come back in after the first shot.
Silver's free throw attempt is good. 13-7, 6-point Ram lead, 1:43 to go, first quarter.
Nocky and Gamber will take a seat.
Rams going 7 deep here in the first quarter. And I believe Peoria has gone 8. Both shots good. 5-point lead for Mount Vernon. They'll have the ball coming back the other way. McClure out front. They'll meet at the center line and try to trap. Kyle picks up the dribble, throws underneath to Wilson, all alone for the layup. Kyle McClure with the assist on Wilson's easy bucket. 15-8 the score. Here comes Woods back the other way with Williams picking him up this time. Woods working the circle. Gets it out to Turner on the right side. Turner. Across the lane to Woods. Woods underneath. Jackson in the lane. Tries to go up over Strickland. Shot partially deflected. And Wilson with the rebound out to Williams. Rams 3-on-2 the other way. Williams down the lane. Spins. Turnaround jumper. Short. Rebound. Jackson. Steve Woods coming back with it for Peoria. Works toward the Peoria bench to get a few words. Now take it across the center line with 52 seconds to go. 15-8 the score. Woods working out on the arc. Rams putting pressure on him. Down in the lane, McClure tips the ball. And then bumped into Stotler, going for the save. Ball will belong to Peoria. And it comes to Stotler. And we'll call a foul on Wilson. Little makeup call here, I think, Dave.
Yeah, Kyle might have got away with the shove there as the ball was.
Kyle got away with the shove. There's no question.
Yeah, you're right.
There was no whistle. He got away with it. Nocky back in. He'll replace McClure. Stotler comes to take the ball out. Woods will line up on the arc. In the corner, Jackson. We have a takedown under the lane here as all the players get back up after getting knocked down to the floor. Silver working on, and they're going to call a block on James Wilson after Silver knocked him down. That's a terrible call.
Well, he leaned into him.
Yeah.
Lowered his shoulder to boot.
That's how he fell. He was leaning and Wilson moved back out of the way.
You got to be able to maintain your defensive position. Wilson was not allowed to there.
Gamber will check in for Wilson.
Third foul.
They're not in a shooting situation yet. Also back in Jeff Richard. 31 seconds to go. James had a real good first day, and he has been plagued with fouls the last two. Has not had a chance to get in and play the game, has he? On top, Richards with the ball. 15-8 the score. It's been that way for a while. They'll spread 4 corners. The Rams will pick up a cheating man as they'll be responsible for the lane and their man. Richards standing in the center circle. 14 seconds to go. Turner cuts through. He'll swing out, and Jackson will make the tour through the lane. Richards with 10 seconds, taking it to the hole. Gets the pick, stops, puts it up from the free throw line, short. Rebound comes out to Nocky. Nocky at the center line, lets it fly. It'll count if it goes in, and it does not. John claims he was fouled on the shot. Probably was, but there wasn't an official down the floor to see it, so it doesn't make any difference. 15-8 after 1. Back with more after this from the Centralia Holiday Tournament.
Coca-Cola Centralia Holiday Tournament broadcast on WRXX 95.3 FM.
We had a foul on the inbounds pass as Turner made contact with Williams, so we'll do it over again. 6 fouls apiece on the teams. Here comes Williams behind the screen, gets it in the corner. Turner picks him up. He takes Turner baseline, dumps it out to Strickland. On top, Nocky. Left side, Morgan open. Morgan working across. Nocky open on the left, drives it to the hole for the layup, or tried to, dished it under to Gamber instead, and they'll call a travel on Scott, and the basket will not count. I'll take 2 off the board there.
Shuffled his feet on the fake.
Stotler lays it in for Jeff Richard. Silver leaning on Strickland down under the basket. Right side Turner, on top Stotler, left side Richard. Backdoor lob is picked off by Gamber. No one saw it coming except for Gamber and the guy that it was intended for. Everyone else backdoor was asleep. Nocky on top with a pass from Morgan. Over to Strickland on the right side. He'll bring it on across. Back to John on the left side. Naki on the dribble. Dishes it out to Morgan. Morgan in the lane. Stops at the free throw line. Launches a line drive off the backboard and through the cylinder.
The banks are open.
17-8. The banks are not closed in the Queen City over here. Rams back to a 9-point lead, their largest of the half. Richards out on the left side to Stotler. On top, Turner. Turner. Richards, bounce pass under to Silver. Silver's turnaround over Strickland short. Strick with the rebound. Out
Good
to Naki.
defense.
Good time to put some points on the board right here after a turnover like that. Naki out front working Richards. In the lane he goes. Down to Williams on the layup. Double pump. No call. Gamber gets killed as he goes up for the putback. Two guys hit Williams. They call it a clean block, and Ken is doing a very good job of keeping his cool here.
And he has all year. 6:29 to go in the half. Rams up by 9.
Gamber at the line for the Smith-Barney. First shot attempt is good.
Gamber doing well so far from there this morning.
Double-digit lead for the Rams.
But we're in the afternoon now, aren't we?
Yeah, I didn't even notice you said morning. Off the iron, Strick fighting for it, and we'll have a foul called.
Leon Strickland.
Silver will go to the line for the 1-and-1, and the way he's been putting them in, I'd say he's going to shoot 2, wouldn't you?
He's made his last 2 from there.
This kid hasn't been starting. Is there a reason?
I don't understand it.
I mean, he's been playing an awful lot.
Maybe he's proven that he's better off the bench, but
yes.
Boy, he can play the pivot down low.
Yes,
he's good
he
at
can.
it.
First free throw is good. Cuts the lead in half. 6:28 to go in the half. 18-9 the score, and now 18-10. Here comes Naki on the right side. Keeps the dribble, dishes over to Strickland. Strickland, top of the key, dishes in the corner to Morgan. Morgan for 3, way off
Not
the
a good
mark.
shot.
No, it was not. Richards on the move, ahead to Turner. Turner goes up with the layup and scores.
Not a wise shot.
No. 6:05. Maybe they're going to pick up the pace a little bit for us. Gamber out on top, mugged by Jackson. Takes it to the line, dishes over to Naki. Naki launches the 3, and he buries it. 21-12, the score goes dyslexic here at 5:50. 9-point Mount Vernon lead. McClure and Woods coming back in. Stotler from 3, off the iron, no good. Rebound, Naki. Naki coming out of the pack in a hurry, throws it ahead to Morgan. Morgan will take it to the hole and be fouled by Turner.
Pass just barely getting over the outstretched arms of Richwoods' player. Richwoods extending the pressure on defense, Kurt, trying to cause some problems out front to us, causing us to be a little impatient at times.
Well, when they sit back, we have trouble. When they come after us, we've been making some scoring runs. So I'll take them coming after us.
Well, it's in the half court where they're causing us trouble.
Morgan at the free throw line. His free throw is good. Rams back up by 10.
A bevy of players coming in. Wood, Fuller, and Johnny Young.
Gennaro Hawkins into the Ram lineup. He'll give Williams a breather. Chris for the back half of the Smith-Barney coming up. His free throw is good.
Keep it up, man.
11 the lead. Morgan out. McClure in. 5.5 to go in the half. Rams with an 11-point lead, and Peoria spreading out the offense. Woods gives to Young out on the perimeter. Young on top to Jackson. Jackson over to the new man in the lineup, Brian Fuller. Fuller back to Silver on the perimeter. Silver on the arc. A big lineup for Peoria, but not really a ball handler out there, as I can tell. Jackson in the lane, dishes out to Woods. Woods on top, gives to Silver. They seem to be a little confused, don't they, Dave?
Yeah.
As to who's supposed to go where.
Very confused.
And they run
right
into
now.
each other in the lane. Silver just puts it up and misses. Naki had the ball. Gamber comes away with it. Throws it ahead to Hawkins. Hawkins to Strickland. Strickland with the turnaround on the glass. The big guy leads the break down the floor. Timeout by Peoria. We'll be back from Trout Gym. This is holiday tournament coverage on Withers Broadcasting. Back in 60 seconds.
Australia Holiday Tournament broadcast at WRXX 95.3 FM.
Polite fans here in Trout Gym willing to sit back and watch the ball game and enjoy it. We need to get some excitement going in here. Young at the free throw line. His shot is in there. 25-14. 4:21 to go here in the half. Hawkins with the ball out on the left side. Brings it back on top. Gives to Strickland out on the wing. On top, Hawkins. Back on top, McClure. McClure brings it back out front, gives to Williams. Williams with the shot fake over to Strickland right side. McClure out of the corner for three. Off the iron, no good. Tipped on Gamber's going to be called for the foul. And Scott has three. We'll see the sophomore John Flood coming into the game for Mount Vernon, replacing Gamber.
As Doug Creel digging a little deeper into his bench during the tournament.
John Naki. Well, you're going to play 2 games today. You need to keep legs as fresh as possible.
He's showing more confidence as the year goes along. He's getting down there to Flood and Goganar and not losing a thing with them.
They're playing the stiffest competition they'll come up against during practice every day, so why not go?
That's right.
Kemp at the line. His shot is good. 25-15. Ten-point lead for Mount Vernon. Just under 4 minutes to go. Back half of the free throw bonus, and it's a 9-point game now.
Good timeout just a while ago by Peoria.
Yes, it was. Bob Darling's an excellent coach.
Yeah.
Naki, bounce pass to Williams, double pumps, puts it up. No foul, no basket, and we come away empty.
Boy, they are making him earn it, aren't they?
Yes, they are. If he could get hot at all, he'd have a shot at MVP honors. Distracts the ball from the ball handler, but it's recovered by Woods. Jackson with it out front. A hit Kemp on the free throw line. Out to Fuller, who misses the shot. Ball loose on the floor. Williams has it for Mount Vernon. He's out on the right side, guarded by Young. Williams gets the pick from Strickland, pulls up the jumper, baseline, out, no good. Jackson with another rebound, and Kemp cannot buy one today.
Yeah, he's cooled off during the tournament. He'll get it back.
Woods on top. Right side, Jackson on top. Fuller with the three-point basket, and he makes it a little bit closer here. 25-19. Under 3 minutes. McClure on the left side, taking it down to the baseline against Fuller. Back on top to Williams. To McClure at the free throw line. Kyle out to Strickland. Strickland from the arch. Hits it. 2 points. Had a foot on the line.
You're right. He has always been able to score.
Yep. 6'8" wingman. You can do a lot of shooting out there. Woods with the ball on top. Kemp. Kemp back to Woods on the wing. Fuller around the pick. Blocked by McClure. McClure out on the right side. McClure in the lane. Gets hammered. Misses the layup. That's one you probably should have pulled out.
Yeah. Stopped about the free throw line area.
We're not getting anything
Look at this.
on contact.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Down here, we got a double foul called.
We just ran over Kent with the shove.
Double foul called on the Rams as Young run right over Kent Williams down on the other end. Now, I'll admit I did not see Kent do anything, but I was watching up front. All I saw was the end result.
Half, evidently.
Woods out to Kemp. Kemp on the perimeter, guarded by John Flood. Now they'll spread it out. 8-point lead for the Rams. Woods, left side to Kemp. Kemp over to Fuller. Left side to Woods. Near the center line, moving the ball back and forth in the old Globetrotter weave. Kemp to the center of the court, back over to Woods at the center line. Rams staying around the zone area, extending to the arc a little bit. In the center circle, Steve Wood. 1:38 to go. Right side, Kemp. Into the corner, Jackson. Jackson with the ball. Takes Strickland baseline under the basket, and the foul will be called on Strickland after John Flood blocked the shot. Jackson at the line. We'll see Stotler and Richard back in as Jackson misses the free throw.
He did not look good shooting free throws the previous 2 games. That one was a brick.
He's a big kid. He's only a sophomore.
He can handle the ball well, runs the court extremely well.
Has a little bit of fundamentals to get down yet. Over the back and no call. And Jackson puts it back up and in on the missed shot. And I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
And I'll just shut up. Flood with the ball out front. Over to Strickland on the right side. Out to Kent Williams. Williams to Naki. Naki in the center circle. Naki brings it left side, hands off to Strickland. Strickland on the dribble. Turns, gives to Morgan out on the left wing. Morgan bringing it across. Out to Naki. Naki over to Flood. Rams running the weave through to the hole. Williams pops out and gets the pass. 42 seconds to go. Strickland with the ball. Strickland takes it to the hole himself. Dishes out to Morgan. Morgan standing on the arc. Lets it fly. Misses. Flood has the putback. He's hammered. John Flood with a big basket.
Hung in the air, let them go by him. Got the foul. Put it off the glass and in.
One of the group of youngsters relatively unknown, but will be heard from. 8-point lead for the Rams as John Flood steps to the line. Silver comes back in, Woods back in, and Fuller back in for Peoria Richwoods. Richards, Kemp, and Young coming out. Apparently that's the goal line defensive unit that just came out. John's free throw. Bangs it home. Back to a 9-point lead. Just under 30 seconds now. Naki will harass Wood. Wood over to Fuller near the center line. Williams picks him up a little more aggressively. Out to Woods. He'll back into the center circle. 16 seconds to go as he starts in with the dribble. Works right side in the corner to Silver. Back out to Woods. Into the corner, Stotler behind the pick. Strickland comes out on him. Nothing doing. Strickland with the rebound. We finally got a foul call. Woods on the back of Strickland, and Strick will go to the line to shoot 2.
Maybe we can equal the, well, we had a 13-point lead, but maybe we can go into half with 11 here if you can get them both.
That'd be nice. 1.5 seconds left on the clock. Steve Strickland at the line. Off the back of the iron. No good. And I was just getting ready to say, and didn't, how well he's been shooting free throws this year.
Yeah.
9-point Mount Vernon lead, and he buries that one. Back up to 10. 1.5 on the clock. Silver lets it fly from the half. No good, and the Rams take a 10-point lead into the locker room. And we got up and applauded that time. We'll be back with Dave and a look at the remainder of this tournament coming up in just a minute. Don't go away. You're listening to holiday tournament action from Trout Gym. She brought us word that it was Belleville West, a 45-38 winner over Bartlett, Tennessee. So it'll be Belleville West taking on Westbury Christian Academy tonight. Or excuse me, later this afternoon at 5 o'clock. We're ready to go with third quarter action. The Rams with the ball holding a possession rule in effect. Morgan tosses into John Flood. Over to Kent Williams on the left side. Backdoor lob intended, and someone didn't read the sign.
Flood didn't keep going.
No, I think he got caught, hung up in the middle. Steve Strickland, John Flood, Chris Morgan, John Naki, Kent Williams on the court for the Mount Vernon Rams. This is not a combination we've seen much of this year. Richards left side, Jackson. Jackson out on the perimeter. On top, Turner. Turner right side to Jeff Richard. Richard from way out gives it on top to Young at the top of the key. Right side, Richard. Turner cutting through the lane. Little turnaround jumper, and he nails it. 31-23 the score. Rams lead is 8 as we get started here in the third quarter. Morgan on top to Williams. Williams double team. Gives it back in the corner to Chris. Chris drives the baseline, pulls up to the short jumper. Off the iron, won't fall. Let's not go through this. Bob Darling saying slow it down, work the ball. Richard walking it across. Goes right side to Kemp. Kemp out on the perimeter. Gives it on top to Young. Young to Turner. Left side, Richard. Underneath, Jackson. Jackson, double team, triple team. Has it taken away by the sophomore, John Flood. Flood with a good job of handling the ball. Gives it to John Nockey. Nockey across center line on the left side. Reverses to the right. Takes it to the hole. Dishes to Morgan. Morgan around the paint. Back to Nockey in the corner. Nockey wants to go inside. Gives it on top to Flood instead. Left side, Morgan for the three. Count it. Chris Morgan, 34-23. Rams back up in double digits again. Kyle McClure will check in on the next whistle. Young on top to Turner. Turner backs up, gives left side to Richard. Richard for three. Off the iron, no good. Flood with the rebound for the Rams. Out to Nockey left side. Quickly up the court come Mount Vernon. Nockey through the defense. Down the lane. Double pumps. Lays it up off the iron. No good. How did he get that shot off, and how did he not get fouled when he did? Richards out to Young on the perimeter right side. Turner top of the key. Left side, Richard on the arc. Back to Turner. Top of the circle. Working Morgan in the lane, leans in, spins, puts up the running jumper, no good. Rebound comes off to Young. He misses, tapped out front, fought for, loose on the floor. Nobody goes after it. Jackson brings it in. Jackson back on top to Richard. Right side, Turner. Turner underneath to Jackson. They double team him. He gets it back on top. We'll have John Nockey on the reach as he went for the steal and got some wrist.
Well, we blocked out real well there, but we just...
Yeah, nobody followed up.
And Richwoods came along and got it.
Here comes Kyle McClure. And Dave, you know the one thing I'm missing here, I've seen 4 loose balls go to the floor that we have not seen a Ram on the floor after, and that's our trademark. Skin on the wood. Have not seen that today. Richard will toss in underneath, does so to Jackson. Jackson trying to clear traffic, gets it out to Young. Now to Richard. Richard top of the circle right side. Now lines it up straight. Tipped out of bounds by Kyle McClure, who got a hand on it, knocking it into the Richwoods bench. Here comes Stotler for the Knights.
They're trying to spring Turner open.
He's got the hot hand right now. Give it to him.
He's a player.
Turner gives it to Jackson. Jackson down the lane, knocks Nockey down. Strickland with the rebound, gets hit from behind by Johnny Young. And the Rams will have the ball out. Strick done a good job on the boards today. Nockey across the left side, gives to Morgan right side. A pick for McClure. Morgan coming to the right. Back over. Oh, picked off by Turner, intended for Nockey, and Turner lays it up and in. Not a very good pass. We'll have to do a little better job and not be lackadaisical.
Yeah.
Nockey on the left side, gives to Williams in the corner. Williams takes Young baseline, stops against Jackson, lays it up, gets knocked down. No call, no foul, no basket, no nothing. We come away empty again. Turner gives it to Stotler. Stotler out on the perimeter with Nockey in his shorts. Jackson out front. Jackson from the free throw line bounces it under to Young, and Morgan takes him down. He'll go to the line for the Smith-Barney.
Kept him from making the basket. Will make him earn it at the line.
Silver and Gamber coming into the lineup after the first free throw attempt.
We have not been able to exploit this 9 and 11-point lead here.
No, we haven't. Free throw attempt is good. Bounces around and falls through. 8 points now. Morgan to the side. Johnny Young at the line. Back half of the Smith-Barney is good. 34-27 the score now. 7-point lead. Little 6-point run here by Richwoods. And now we get the call as Williams comes around the pick, takes the shot, and gets hit.
James Wilson will come in after the first free throw.
I'm not sure he's not going in for the shooter. I may be wrong. Kent's first free throw attempt, good. 35-27.
He will come in for Steven Strickland instead. Strick gets a good hand.
Deserves it. Been playing well. Back half of the Smith-Barney. Falls around, no good. Rebound Silver to Turner. Here comes the Knights. Right side, Turner with the ball. On top, Young. Young with Williams on him. Back to Turner. Turner wants to feed Silver. Takes McClure baseline, backs it out. On top, Stotler. Underneath Jackson, all alone. Gamber went to sleep. Reverse layup is good. 35-29, 6-point lead. Ahead to Williams. Williams for the layup. Scores, and it's a blocking foul. Boy, we got a break there finally.
Well, I think he beat him to the point.
He did. That wasn't the point. Kent trying to pick up the tempo a little bit. Back to an 8-point lead. He could bank at 9 here with this free throw. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Rams lead is 9. Yeah, we saw that one. Stotler put a forearm across Williams' chin coming across the lane, and referee John Solis says, we're not having that. He blows the whistle and calls the foul against Brad Stotler.
You know, all over the state, it seems to be that they want to just push Williams around, see what they can do by knocking him around the court.
Kent was following his man to the screen, and as he approached the screen, he got a forearm right across the chin. Naki bringing it back the other way, finds Williams in the corner. Tanaki on top. Naki in the paint. Had it, lost it, recovers it, gives it to McClure. Get in there, Kyle.
Yeah.
Three-pointer from Kyle McClure. 41-29. 3:17 to go. Rams up by a dozen now. Stotler in the corner with the ball. On top to Jackson. Double team. Gets it back to Stotler. Stotler out front to Turner. Oh, come on. Foul is called on James Wilson, his fourth. Steven Strickland back into the game. Boy, we can't keep James in the game, can we?
Nope. Has not got more than maybe about 6-7 minutes on the floor.
2 days. 3 minutes to go. Rams up by a dozen. They come out front to Stotler. Naki on him. Stotler around the world with screens. He leans into Naki, puts the shot up off the glass. No good. Gamber had it, lost it. And we're going to have a foul called, I believe, on Stotler again from behind. As Gamber pivoted with the ball, he was grabbed by Stotler. Brian Fuller in the game. Now, the Brian Fuller I remember was a little bit taller and stockier. Had a real good voice, though.
Still does.
Naki down the right side. Pulls up, gives it to McClure on top. Left side, Williams for three. Get in there. Yeah, baby. 44-29. Timeout, Peoria. The Rams up by 15. We'll be back after this. You're listening to the Centralia Holiday Tournament. Back in 60 seconds.
To the Coca-Cola Centralia Holiday Tournament broadcast on WRXX 95.3 FM.
Back to live action. Turner with the ball out on the right side. Gives it up top to Fuller. Fuller working across the lane. Turner taking it baseline. Leans into Strickland. Over the other side. Jackson there for the tap back. 44-31 the score. Rams lead 13. 15 has been the largest, and that occurred on that three-pointer. Naki out on the left side. Gets it to Williams. He's double teamed. Williams pivots around his man. Loses the handle. Keeps the dribble, and then he's fouled by Turner. Keeping his cool, but I'll tell you what, it'd be tough for me.
16 foul against Richwoods here in the half. 1:59 to go in the third quarter. 13-point lead for the Rams.
McClure into Naki. Naki bringing it right side down the lane. Dishes underneath the basket intended for Strickland. I think Strick will get the foul. Jackson cut across the lane. They untangle players on the floor down there. Strick stepped or did not step. He reached. Had he stepped to the ball, he might have picked up the foul on Jackson. This is a quick ball team, physical team with some size, something that we haven't really seen much of.
Preseason, they had a top 20 ranking.
Yeah, I believe, what were they about?
About 19 or 20.
Yeah.
I'll keep emphasizing that. This is a very good team.
Yes, it is. Probably better than that number 4 ranking they got.
No doubt.
Brian Fuller out on the left side perimeter. On top, Jeff Richard. Richard working to the right side. Richard on top, Fuller. Naki. Richard in the lane, Jackson. Jackson out to Fuller in the corner for the three-pointer. In and out, no good. Rebound, Young. Young puts it on the floor. Naki goes down after it. That's what we want to see. And Naki throws it to Fuller. He steps out beyond the arc. Richards as the Rams unscramble and try to find their men. Fuller from out front. In the lane, Jackson. Jackson hit Fuller, throws it out of bounds. The Ram defense. Now we're going.
All right. And the defense will never let us down.
We got one corner of the gym going anyway. Maybe we get the rest of them moving here in a little bit. Chris Morgan checking in. He'll give Strickland a wrist. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Rams up by 13. 44-31 the score. John Naki with the ball, bringing it up with the left hand against Jeff Richard. Gives it to Williams out on the right side. Kent to McClure in the center circle. Kyle looking. We spread things out and run the weave. Oh, Scott was open. His man lost him. Morgan. Morgan out near the center circle. Gives it to Gamber. All 5 players on the floor can handle the ball. Naki with Richards in his shorts. Gives it to McClure right side. Williams pops out left side, picks it up. Williams penetrating, gives it to McClure out to Gamber in the front. Time winding down inside 30 seconds now. Morgan at the center line with the ball, 30 and running. He's just holding the ball. 26 seconds to go. Chris looking at the clock, 20 seconds to go. Williams comes out to get it.
And this is what we'll see.
15 seconds. We'll see if Mr. Young can contain him or if he takes his man to the hole, stops and pops, top of the key, off the iron, no good. Run down by Williams in the corner, fakes, gets the shot up anyway. He was hammered on the shot, so was Morgan. And a foul finally called. Williams got knocked into the crowd, out of the corner. Morgan got the rebound, and he put it up and got drilled. And now we got a foul, and Morgan will go to the line with 1 second to go, and Doug Creel cannot believe it. Kent's starting to lose his cool a little bit. Coach Creel wants him to come over and talk to him a little bit. 1.2 on the clock. Rams up by 13. 2-shot foul here as Chris can make it a 15-point game. Hits the first one. 45-31. Back half of the Smith-Barney coming up here. Taking a long time. We're back to 15. 46-31, 1 second to go. Silver launches from the other end. And the Rams lead by 15 going into fourth quarter intermission. We'll be back with more after this from the Centralia Holiday Tournament.
It's halftime. Let's take a break.
When you're ready for a break from
The tournament is underway, and if you're looking for a place to talk about the tournament action, drop by the Skipper Inn on South Locust in Centralia. Yes, whether it's early in the morning or late at night, the sports crowd can always count on the Skipper Inn. The Skipper Inn is open daily from 6 a.m. till 2 a.m. and serves up good pizza and good times throughout. And if you want some action, head to the pool table or the video games. Yes, holiday tournament fans, the Skipper Inn is right for you. The Skipper Inn, 824 South Locust, Centralia. We're the elite loiter.
You're listening to the Coca-Cola Centralia Holiday Tournament broadcast on WRXX 95.3 FM.
One first place trophy heading back to the King City. The Mount Vernon cheerleading squad garnished top honors there in the competition. They just performed here in that break. Peoria with the ball. Turner on top as we start fourth quarter action. Richards hits Jackson in the lane. Back to Richards. Richards penetrating. Can't get the shot off. Dumps out to Turner. Turner out on the perimeter to Jackson baseline. Leaning into Gamber. Puts it up and in. 46-33. Rams lead 13 at 7:37. Naki working Richards on the right side, and Richards called for the foul. Maybe we're going to make up some here now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
John Naki will go to the line, shooting the 1-and-1. 8th team foul.
Morgan, Gamber, Williams, Naki, and McClure on the floor now for the Mount Vernon Rams. The 5 seniors. Naki's free throw attempt is good. 47-33. And Kemp will check back into the lineup for Richwoods. Young coming to the sideline. Knock at the line for the back half of the bonus. Count it. 15-point lead again at 48-33. Richard on top between the circles, goes right side to Turner. Back up top, Kemp. Left side, Richards. He launches the 3. Off the iron, no good. Fought for the Rams, and McClure hauls it in. Kent Williams out racing the other team and slaps it back to Kyle McClure for the save. McClure across center line, left side, Naki. Naki had it, lost it out of bounds. They're going to give it to the Rams after Jeff Richards slapped it out of his hands. Peoria will take it out. Turner into Richards. Richards left side, Kemp. Kemp working Williams to the hole, stops and pushes a brick up there. We boxed out but didn't recover. Missed by Richards, tipped up by Richards, tipped up again by Richards. And they're going to call a foul on Chris Morgan as Silver was leaning all over people. Oh, boy. Count the basket. 48-35. 6:53. James Wilson will check in as Morgan picks up his second personal. Silver doing a lot of jaw jacking over there. They put the enforcer back in, but he's got 4 fouls, so he won't be able to do much. There's a forearm in Wilson's face by Silver, and nothing called. Turner with the ball on the arc, dishes back to Richards. Richards on the move, gets it back to Turner in the corner. Turner on the move, leans into Naki, knocks him off of him, puts up the jumper and scores. 48-37. 6:36 to go. It's a 11-point game. Williams out on the left side. Williams into the paint, dishes over to Naki. John around the defense, gives to Gamber. Gamber to the hole for the layup and scores. Nice assist by John Naki. It's a 13-point lead for the Rams, and maybe we can get the fans up now. A foul out front called on John Naki.
Doug Creel sensing this is the time when we need the fans.
This is the time the fans need to be in the game.
The orphanage is certainly in it for Richwoods.
Oh, yeah. Is that why they're in it? For Richwoods? There's another shoulder into Wilson, and we got him finally. The second time Silver laid into Wilson and knocked him down. They blew the whistle. Silver still jaw-jacking out here. Wilson will go to the line. Silver will come out of the game. And that's the first foul on Silver in the game. Do you believe that? Wilson at the line. Put it in, Big Jim. Yes, sir. A 14-point lead. Wilson with a chance to equal the largest margin, and does. Woods with the ball for Peoria. Working out front against Naki. Woods right side to Young. Young on top, Kemp. Kemp left side, Woods underneath Jackson. They double team him. He leans in on Gamber. They triple team him. Back to Woods. Woods on the move in the paint. Stops, and I don't know how that went in. 52-39. I thought it was going to go on the other side of the basket.
I think he intended to pass it.
I think so, too. He accidentally threw it into the hole. Naki working out of the double team. Finally, they blow the whistle. He was bumped by Turner. Woods came up and made contact with him, and finally, when they both got him, they blew the whistle. 5:33 in a very physical ball game. John going to the line. He'll shoot the bonus.
We'll shoot the double bonus.
Coach Grill's going to strain something over there. First shot is good. 14-point Mount Vernon lead as Tony Gully comes into the game. .4 Mount Vernon lead. Naki at the line for the back half of the bonus. Good. 54-39. 5:30 to go in this ball game. Turner with the ball for Peoria. Left side, Gully. Gully on the move on top. In the corner, Kemp. Oh, he's moving feet everywhere, and we got Wilson out of the game. James just picked up his 5th foul. Chris Morgan back in for Mount Vernon. And that foul will put Kemp at the line shooting 1-1.
Silver comes in.
Silver back for Jackson in the lineup for Peoria. Kemp at the line. Rams up 15. Kemp's free throw is good. 54-40. We can leave out the back half of that historical quote.
Or fight.
5:19 to go. It's ugly, and it misses. Gamber off to Naki, and we come back the other way with a 14-point lead ahead to Williams. He dodges the defense, but lost the ball. Gully back to Turner. Turner bringing it across for Peoria. Oh, he walked. See, don't pick up the ball till you know what you're going to do with it. He knew he was going to pass it, but he didn't get under control first. 20-second timeout. We'll be back. You're listening to Holiday Tournament. Oh, McClure down in the corner to Morgan for Mount Vernon. Out to Williams on the left side. Williams taking him to the hole. Stops. Dishes in the corner to Naki. On top, Gamber. Gamber on the arc right side. Passes to Morgan across the court. Back on top to McClure. The clock is on your side, fellas. Williams into the paint. Dishes back out to McClure. Back to Williams on top. Out to McClure on the wing underneath Naki. Naki bringing it back around. McClure on top. He launches the three. Counted! Kyle McClure gives the Rams a 17-point lead. Whatever's been bothering him, he's over it.
Yep.
57-40. On top, Kent in the lane. Silver to the hole. Foul by Naki before Morgan had a chance to finish him off. I think that's only 2 on John. It'll put Silver at the line to shoot 2, though. 4 on John. Boy, I can't count it all. I only remember the bump foul out front in that one. He has 4. First free throw is good. Must be early stages of Alzheimer's or something. Jackson back into the lineup. Why not? Oh, he's for the shooter. He's for the shooter. Okay. .16-point lead. Shot missed. McClure with the rebound for the Rams. Over to Williams on the left side. Kent bringing it across center line ahead to Morgan on the left. Back on top, Williams. Williams out near the center circle. Gives the right side to Naki. Naki on the move. Working against Gully. Right side, Williams. Williams on the move. In the lane, lays it up and in. Kent Williams with the score. 59-41, an 18-point lead for Mount Vernon. 3:46 to go. On top, Kemp. Right side, Turner. Turner down the line. We got a foul on McClure. As Turner dropped a shoulder and an elbow into him, McClure said, I fouled him with my body, I guess. And he was right. He fouled him with his body.
Still in the 1-on-1. As Jackson now comes in for Silver.
At the line, Steve Turner, 6'2" sophomore. This Richwoods team's going to be loaded next year, aren't they?
They sure are.
Free throw miss. Gamber with the carom. Out to Naki. Naki ahead to Morgan. Morgan for the layup, left hand, and he's fouled by Young, and the basket counts, and the Rams are up by 20.
Same score they won by yesterday afternoon now, as John Flood gets up off the bench. Doug Creel sees an opportunity to give his starters some rest, and Kent Williams will come to the bench.
Not only a rest, but to keep him from getting hurt.
Right.
Kent in the double digits yet?
He had his 11 for the game.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, he has 13.
Okay. Morgan at the line. He's had a great offensive game today. Puts the shot up and in. Finishes it off. That's what you got to do. 62-41.
Morgan
Rams
with
up by
16.
21 points. This is Gully on, or excuse me, Turner over to Gully on the right side. Kemp out on the baseline, double team, back out. Gully lets it fly from 3, in and out, no good. Bodies flying everywhere. Naki goes down after it. He was grabbed!
Right
out to Naki, right in front of the official. Naki, and they're going to call a double dribble after all of that. Jiminy Christmas. A great move by John Naki, misinterpreted as a turnover.
He broke through the line, though, Kurt, and he had an open field in front of him. But
I've always said 4th and goal, I want Naki carrying the ball. Now I know why.
Man alive.
That was horrible. Kemp down the lane, leans into Morgan, and we'll get a foul on that one for sure. And we'll put Kemp at the line shooting 2. This is atrocious. Ben Kemp at the free throw line. He'll shoot 2. 3 minutes to go. First free throw attempt is good. 62-42. Back half. No good. Morgan with the rebound. He'll bring it up. Morgan on the right side with the dribble. Takes it across to the left side of the court, gives to Flood. Flood back on top to McClure. Rams spread it out, back in the corner to Flood. John fakes his man, starts inside. We don't need to shoot. Launches out front to Naki. 2:30 to go. Naki out to Morgan. Watch the passes, fellas. Morgan bounce pass to McClure. He recovers, brings it around. Picks up the loose ball, gets it over to Flood. Flood working against Kemp. Gives it to McClure. McClure into the lane. Dribbles through the pressure. Brings it back to Flood rather in the corner. John Boy on the move. Reverse. Takes it down baseline. Bounces out to Gamber. Out to McClure. Rams doing a good job of moving the ball. Morgan out front. Morgan in the circle being grabbed by Young. They had to wait a while before they finally blew the whistle on the grab. Is this Souter?
Souter, yeah.
Or Scooter? Scudder?
It's S-A-U-D-E-R.
Is it an A or a G?
I've got a U in the book.
S-A, is it S-A-U or S-G-U?
I have a A-U in the book.
Okay. Young will foul out of the ball game for Peoria. And Morgan will go to the free throw line. Tommy Souter into the game, and another one we have no number on, 41, or no name on, rather.
It's Andrew Shaw.
Okay. Morgan's shot is good. We're going to see some more new faces in here now as Peoria starts to empty its bench. And so do the Rams. Two minutes to go. Mount Vernon up by 21. Travis Irwin will check in for Mount Vernon. So will John Gogenauer. Morgan's free throw, good. Rams up by 22.
Number 12, we do not have a name for Richwoods.
Nice hand for Kyle McClure and Chris Morgan. Great game out of Chris Morgan today. 22-point Mount Vernon lead. Right side is Booz. Booz lets it fly. No good. Rebound. Hawkins had it, lost it. Shot blocked by Flood. Irwin with the rebound. That was Shaw's attempt that was rejected by John Flood. Irwin, left side, Gogenauer, terrible pass. And we'll see the freshman D'Artagnan Blunt coming in, probably for the big guy. Yep, Strick coming to the sideline. Nope, Flood coming to the sideline. John Flood's played a good ball game today.
Yes, he has.
Gully lays it back to the unknown knight. Would that be Lancelot? Gully out on the right side, into the paint, leaning up, fires a brick, no good. Hawkins has it for the Rams. Rams in transition. Gennaro bringing it up the court. Has Gogenauer on the left side, deflected out of bounds by Gully. We'll see Corey McGee and Troy Maurer into the game. He'll replace Strickland and Hawkins. Rams smelling a victory here. Irwin coming across the right side, handling the ball for the Rams. Out on the perimeter. Back on top he goes. Gogenauer open on the right side. Irwin swings to the left. Taking it down in the corner to Maurer. Maurer coming around the swing. Take it to the hole, Troy, so they don't count you off. Bounce pass underneath to the freshman. Blunt goes up, and he's fouled on the shot. Thought he was going to get it to fall home there. Didn't catch the name. Tried, but I couldn't tell what he said.
D'Artagnan at the free throw line. People who have not seen him will be impressed because this is a smart basketball player.
And he buries the first play. A half a second under a minute. Does that make sense? Left to go in this ball game. 59-5. D'Artagnan's second shot, in and out, no good. Rebound comes off to Shaw, almost stolen, and now it's knocked away by Corey McGee. Off the leg of 12, and they give it back to Peoria.
Went off his foot and out of bounds.
This is just
belongs to them.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I hate to complain, but that was obvious, as were a couple or three others.
There have been a lot of obvious things done today. Long distance, off the iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Booz. Booz on the reverse, dishes out. Second shot missed by Souter. Coming out of the pack was Maurer, who lost his footing and the ball. Here goes Gully to the hole for the layup and scores. 65-44, 21-point lead for the Rams with 29 seconds to go. Gogenauer to Irwin. Irwin will bring it back the other way. Across the center line right. Versus to the left, gives to Maurer. Troy launches the three, way off the mark. Troy's wanting to get in the book.
Yep.
Instead, he got in the good graces of the orphanage down here.
Yep, he got in the book, missed the shot.
Turnover. I'm not sure you could call that a shot. I think you could call that a turnover.
Yeah.
Bounce pass underneath the Gully. Nice break to the hole. 65-46. The final score will not be indicative. Back the other way, shot long and off the iron, and no good, and the Rams pull off their 9th victory of the season over the Peoria Richwoods Knights, and they'll advance on to tonight's championship game against the winner of the next contest. It will be the Centralia Orphans and the Paducah Tillman Tornado coming at you. Rip and Kenny will be along shortly to bring that one to you. We'll take a break and come back with stats after these messages. You're listening to the Centralia